ओमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकधामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवशति गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। हरे कृष्ण। So yesterday and day before yesterday we were discussing both the importance of Guru Parampara and how Srila Prabhupada is very explicitly mentioning about that in the introduction of the Gita. Dear devotees, anything which we discuss in this introduction, please understand this is Srila Prabhupada invested so much time and energy to write this. This is not something which he has written just like that. There's a lot of thoughts, there's a lot of consciousness, a lot of investment went through all of this. So the more we kind of understand these exalted personalities' life, then we will actually be grateful. And then through that process, we will take up this Krishna consciousness with much more due diligence, much more seriousness. Please understand, first of all, we need to understand that the process which we are doing right now is really not up to the mark which our lecturers are looking. We need to understand that very clearly. We concluded that yesterday on simple living and high thinking. If our living standards are high, please understand we are in the trace of we are actually under the trace and shelter of the material nature. It is not the spiritual nature. And also knowing something is not the placeholder for actually doing that. Knowing is one thing, doing is another thing. For example, there is no difference between the Lord and His holy names. नाम्नामकारि निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पितनियमेन स्मरणेन कलौ एतादृश तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दयमिदृशं यजानेन अनुरागः. Oh my dear Lord, you have invested a lot of energy, lot of your potencies are there in your holy names. My dear Father, I do not have taste to the holy names. Please give me that mercy so that I can at least chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. If you actually see, when we chant the holy names attentively by the mercy of the Acharyas and the Vaishnavas, then one can actually follow the next step, which is Trinada Pisanicha. Everything is very much, pretty much connected. For example, we have heard in the class that we need to chant Hare Krishna every day. But we are chanting, but is that chanting in deep relationship? Sometimes we get sleep. Sometimes we watch something while chanting. Sometimes we check our cell phone while chanting. Sometimes we just like that we are chanting on one side and then on the other side casually we're speaking to somebody else. These are all we need to understand. Why am I telling this? Is these are all the things which are done when we do not know what that is. For example, a child He might see the Bhagavad Gita and then he might put the Bhagavad Gita in his mouth. He don't know. The same thing we are doing actually with the holy name. We don't know. We don't know the glory of it. We really not. We really don't. We really don't perceive that, because if a person is giving more importance to the material desires or material nature or material inabilities in this world, and also chanting Hare Krishna, you need to understand the person did not understand what the chanting of Hare Krishna means. There is this person who goes to Sanatan Goswami for a touchstone. Remember that pastime, right? The sadhu goes to Sanatan Goswami for a touchstone. He says, please give me the most. And then he says, there is a touchstone which you can use, which you can fulfill all your desires. He takes the touchstone is in the garbage. And that person is very intelligent. He says, if this is the most important thing, why are you keeping in the garbage? That means you have something more better than this. If this is better, this should be sitting next to you, but this is not sitting next to you. It's sitting somewhere else. Like it's like a filth. It's like somewhere. Doesn't have any value or substance to it. That means the person who started asking, if you are keeping this in that filthy place, that means you have more important than that. I want that. Then the interesting aspect here, dear devotee, everyone, we all make this mistake only. What is this mistake is, we don't ask these kind of questions. Whoever is asking these kinds of questions, I haven't seen anyone asking these kinds of questions. How is that I need to get tasted to the names? How is that I need to be free from this sex life? How is that I should be free from all these material inabilities in this world? These are the shackles in this world. How is that all these things are there? But this person, as he has a quality, this is a goodness, dear devotees. Whoever is in Rajoguna, they are so much attached to that. But whoever is in Sattva, they will actually perceive. But that person was in Sattva, is actually asking, oh, is very intelligent. He says, you should be having more. Then Sanatana Goswami says, you should throw this first, then I will tell. That means, what is he telling? To get something, you need to lose something. And what is that losing? That losing is not something which comes with us life after life. So Sanatana Goswami says that you throw that stone first, then you come to me, then I'll tell you. Because if you have that, and if you chant, you'll not get it. Please understand this, it's very important. This is actually the placeholder, same placeholder Arjuna was also being kept. Now Arjuna says to my Krishna, oh, my dear Lord, what is this? What is happening to me? Looks like I'm looking like everyone is just the same person. We speak about Sanatana Goswami only. The same person, he goes to Lord Chaitanya and then he says, oh, my dear Lord, everyone is telling that we are exalted personalities. Everyone is saying that, oh, we are great. We know so many things. But, oh, my dear Lord, we don't know anything. We don't know who actually we are. With that attitude, they go to Lord Chaitanya. And Chaitanya gave them the truth for 1 month. They are the epitome, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. No, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not speak to 1,000 people to establish the truth. Speak to one person. Who is that one person? Is equal to million people, more than that. For that kind of a person, he gave the truth. Please see this. Even to give truth, they used to select. They wouldn't just give. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't give that kind of truth to everyone he has seen. He said, just chant Hare Krishna, but he did not give that level of details to every person. Oh, you know what? This is how it is. This is how it is. You know who Krishna is. But he did not give any of those details. Because what? They couldn't.
Do, do.
Okay, can somebody mute? Yes, thank you. They couldn't understand. Please try to understand this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not give the intricacies. He did not provide the details of nectar of instruction, nectar of devotion to everyone who has seen him. No. Only to these personalities. Why? Their state, their attitude, their consciousness, their mentality, everything is rightly aligned. This is called as Guru Parampara, which we discussed. Because they had the right personalities to receive the truth. But that kind of a truth is also coming to us. Actually, the truth is coming, but it is not going inside the heart. It's just coming, and then on the surface level, it's bouncing. It's like, if you throw a ball, it will hit the floor and then it will bounce back. It doesn't absorb in the earth because the environment is different. So currently, our heart is that. When the truth is bombarded, it comes, it again reflects back. That is why deeper levels of questions do not come. Why? Because of this reason. Now, nobody would ask, oh, Prabhu, how do I come out of this material inebrities? How do I really, you know, develop the relationship with the spiritual master, with the acharyas, with the Lord? How is that? How can I develop that? These kinds of questions will not come. Why? Because we are kept in different states. Everyone has one state. Please understand, this is how the material nature is working. Now, on one side, a devotee who just practiced, he is in a mission to give this truth to everyone. Jhare dekho tare ke Krishna Upadesh. So he goes everywhere. He tells everyone, Babu, you're wasting your valuable human form of life. Chant Hare Krishna. Then he goes from door to door. Oh, every day he's doing that. Hare, I always ask this question. If that is being said like that, if that is being done in that way, how many of them really coming out of this material inebrities? This is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is what? Kali Yuga means Kalaham Kapatam. Means what? What is this? Kali, age of quarrel and hypocrisy. Kali Yuga is what? Age of quarrel. Quarrel for what? Quarrel for small, small things. What is the small things? Oh, he did not give me money. She did not give me that. Oh, he is not good. She is not good. Oh, he teased me. She teased me. He did me like that. She did me like that. What are we trying to do? We're trying to see what it is not important for us actually. Because why? Because still that relationship is not yet established. The question which Sanatana Goswami asked that person is a epitome to enter into pure devotion service. It says, first you throw that Baba, then you come to me. Then I'll tell you. Actually, I remember my spiritual master is very practical like this only. Unless and until the sadhaka comes to that plane, he will not give any service. So what is the point? Makes sense. What is the point of giving a service? If the sadhaka is fully engrossed in sense gratification, what kind of service one will do? And what benefit it will give? What benefit it will get to that person, and then what benefit he will give to the others? For example, if the person is fully engrossed in sense gratification, if he's told to do a service, what he will do? He will give sense gratification to others also. Oh, Baba, you just chant Hare Krishna, you can do sense gratification on the sidelines also. Now, that is not benefiting the person who is speaking, not the person who is hearing. Because the person who is hearing, he thinks that, oh, this person is also doing sense gratification. I can also do sense gratification and chant Hare Krishna. This person is doing that. I can also do that and chant Hare Krishna. Because I'm seeing that as an example. That the person who aspires for the sense gratification, he'll take that association. He says, Arey, acha hai na ye? काम भी हो रहा है. दिस इज एग्जाम्पल राइट. अजामिल वो मजा भी किया, भगवत धाम भी गया. Ajamil, oh, enjoyed with the prostitute. He had 10 children, and he also went to the spiritual world. This is good. No, that will not work for us. One should be very pure. Actually, few days back, my spiritual master told about this. If you really want to become Krishna conscious, you should be pure. Pure. Now that purity, if that purity is not there in one's heart, then purity cannot come out. If the purity doesn't come out, then the other person is not impacted to that. Because the other person will also think, oh, that's okay. Krishna consciousness is this only. I'll tell an example. This is very interesting. A devotee came to the movement. Now he is sitting in the class. Now a person, the initiated devotee, person is sitting on the Vyasasana and then giving the discourse. Through the discourse, he said, Manmanavo Madhuvakto Madhyajimavo. You should meditate on the Lord. You should give up everything. To simply chant Hare Krishna. You also quote, yes, yes, Sarva Dharman Parityajat Mamekam Ham Tam Sarva Moksheshan. Yes, you should surrender everything. Everything you should surrender. Then only you'll get the mercy of the Lord. Everybody clapped hands. Oh, it's great. Now the person was sitting there. He was not clapping the hands. Why? Because he was observing the person and his behavior. He was not seeing what he's speaking. Rather, he's seeing the behavior of that person. He's seeing whether is he really surrendered or not. Oh, Prabhu, this is a good. He's not judging or he's not putting the other person down. He's just checking whether this person is really what he's speaking is doing or not. Honesty, right? A lot of people say, oh, you preach, you preach, you preach, you do this, you do this. What do we preach? What do we preach? If we tell, oh, give up the sense gratification, if we are doing sense gratification, then what is it? What is that proving? Will that impact the other person? We should ask this question. Are forget about impacting other person. Is it impacting me? Am I able to establish that relationship with the Lord? Am I able to establish the relationship with the spiritual master? Is Srila Prabhupada happy with that attitude? No, that person, he told me that Prabhu, this person is giving class, but he has 3 homes, Prabhu, and he says to surrender. Now, what should I do? Should I surrender? Now, when I see the process is becoming diluted so much that they just speak. They don't do anything after that. They don't aspire to that state. Neither they want to surrender, neither they want others to come to that plane. But they say, yes, you also surrender. Is that really working? Is that helping? Arjuna also had to surrender. Karpanya dosha apahata svabhava. Surrender comes through relationship, dear devotees. Otherwise, surrender will not come. Otherwise, surrender will only be on the book. That surrender will not manifest in the heart or the consciousness. If the surrender is not manifested in the heart or the consciousness, then our valuable human form of life is actually wasted. 2 hours we chant Hare Krishna. If we do not have a right attitude, the 2 hours is also wasted. What do we chant? If you are seeing somebody, if you are telling him, oh, if you are telling, oh, this sari is nice, you know what? I got this in the deal. It's a very beautiful sari. You can also get this. Or this t-shirt, or this thing which I bought in the store. You know what? I bought this in the Thanksgiving. It's a deal, bumper offer. And then we are thinking, while chanting Hare Krishna. That same Krishna is present in our heart. Is watching, Hare, kya ho raha baba here? What is happening here? Now the material nature will show Krishna once. Oh, you see, Krishna is coming in my heart. Oh, coming, 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 coming. Material, this Maya will show Krishna once to us. It's not Krishna showing Krishna to us. It's not Krishna coming to us. Because it is a material nature which is coming as Krishna to us to fool us, telling that, oh, now you become a devotee because Krishna came now. You know how we know that whether really Krishna came into our heart or not? We become pure, completely selfless. Ahituki apareta yanatma suprasidati. Advaita sarvo, every non-envious to every person. Simple heart, very honest, selfless, compassion. If all these qualities are there, even if the other person is spitting on us, we accept, oh, thank you. You should spit on me. My face deserves that. If you are really telling from the heart, then Krishna will come. You see, Prabhupada never said, oh, I saw Krishna. Just see their heart. Very beautiful. They never give false promises. I remember my spiritual master never give false promises to us. He never says that, oh, I'll show you Krishna, come to me. You give me $50, I'll show you Krishna. He never said that. He said you become pure. He said you develop qualities. He said you become selfless. He said you give up this false propaganda. Couple of days back, a devotee is actually coming to the state of surrender. Not yet surrendered. He's telling, uh, yes, dear Gurudev, you gave so much to us. I'm thinking to come to the plane of simple living and high thinking. He did not say I'm already there. He says I'm thinking. I'm thinking to wind off everything. Because I know I have so much. Because I've been working since 21 years in America. I have so much money. It will be he's telling it will be a waste of time if I continue more. He's already 51. It will be a waste of time if I still continue more 4 or 5 years. What will I do with all the 401k, this, that? I have two homes. What will I do with all of this? Then he's telling, oh, I want to do and come and do some service. At least for 10 years in my life. At least while dying, I'll remember, "Arey, at least 10 साल तो काम सेवा किया. 10 years, at least I did some service." And then by hearing these words, the spiritual master was very happy. Not that he gave so much money to the spiritual master. No, he will not ask him money. If you want to do, he'll say, if you want to do any service, you can do. But he will never force anyone. This is the quality of a Vaishnava, dear devotees. A Vaishnava is not like he's carrying a book, you know, what is that? Donation book, and then going door to door. Give me Lakshmi, give me Lakshmi. It's not like that. Vaishnava will never run behind because they know Krishna, if Krishna wants to give, he will give. If Krishna wants to remove, he will remove. Because Lakshmi Sahasra, millions of Lakshmi Devis are actually serving the Lord. If Krishna desires, he will send. He'll send a person who is Lakshmi. It's no big deal. But this is the attitude because this is a conviction. Now, this conviction comes when the person is completely on the selfless plane. Completely, fully dependent. Now, for that person, Krishna comes and sits in their heart. And whatever they touch become gold. Because they are pure state. Couple of days back we were discussing about this. Arey, there is a person who's a Christian. He lives in Hyderabad. And then that person, when he speaks, 2 lakh people will come every Sunday. 2 lakh is a big number. But what do they teach? Do they teach purity? Do they teach samadhama, titiksava, karunika, surudha saradina, ajata shatru, shanta, sadhava, Do they teach this? Do they say that you should be non-envious? No, no. If a person is not practicing Krishna consciousness, not practicing Christianity, they will be envious towards that person. Gaya, pura gaya. What is that? So, something which is impure, so many people are attracted. But something which is pure, pure, Krishna consciousness is pure, divine. These are all the words of the Lord. Directly, these are the Acharya's words. For purity, only few people will come. Because everyone is absorbed in so many other things in this world. To touch purity, actually, to even discuss about this, it's not easy. Please understand. It's not easy. Because nobody wants to hear these kind of things. Why? Because of attachments. Actually, people who hear, they will be envious to the person who is speaking. I remember my spiritual master telling me so many times. Oh, people are envious on me only because I'm speaking the truth now. Because he says, give up sense gratification, give up falsification. We are not the doers, Krishna is a doer. We are not the maintainer, Krishna is a maintainer. We are not the controller, Krishna is a controller. Oh, they become envious. I'm not. What do you mean I'm not? I'm there. What do you mean? I'm not happy. I'm happy. I'm happy doing so many things of this world. Fully absorbed, fully engaged, fully engrossed in this material world. Very happy. Very happy eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. A very cooperative family. Very nice. Everything is doing great. People don't understand that this is coming through some pious activity. Through the punya of your forefathers. Through the punya of the forefathers, you all came to the West. This is a punya only. You're just enjoying that fruits right now. But that punya will not stay ever like that. That punya will diminish. It might not diminish in this life, it will diminish in the next life. Because punya also has some number. Punya doesn't stay forever. Even Indra position is not forever. Even Indra has to leave that position. Brahmaji also has to leave that position. What to speak of us? We are very insignificant. We are not Indras or Brahmaji. They are exalted personalities. Even for their position, it is temporary. Please understand what to speak of us. That is why your Prabhupada is telling, develop relationship. Single line. Answer to everything. Develop relationship with the Lord. Why? Because when the relationship is developed, everything is done for that relationship. When a person is doing for that relationship, what happens? Then the person says, oh, give up this sense gratification, give up this nonsense, give up that nonsense. Forget about this, forget about that. Just be happy, practice Krishna consciousness. Take care of your family, give them also Krishna consciousness, love them, embrace them, give love. They will accept this process, they will accept you, and then through you, they'll accept this process. But that love, that devotion, that respect is not there. If those things are not there, then what happens? Then there is no. Then there is no ruchi and asakti. Devasatmika buddhi reke hai kurunandana. What is the real essence? One should have one single pointed focus. We see that in this material world. There's a boyfriend, girlfriend. They're very close to each other. They're 24 hours on the cell phone only. They're texting. What did you do? Did you went to the bathroom? Yes, I also went to the bathroom. I ate this. What did you eat today? Oh, I also, same. I also ate this. See, we are made for each other. Huh? Are you going for a walk? Yes, yes, I'm also going for a walk. Nice. How is the weather at your place? Oh, it's awesome. It's raining. Wow, it is also raining here. So they're 24 hours discussing. They will not have better topic than these things. But what are they doing? 24 hours discussing. Because what are they? They also have a relationship, but the relationship is not on a spiritual plane, but the relationship is on the material plane. on a bodily plane. Oh, he has nice body, or she has nice body, or he speaks nicely, or she speaks nicely, or she has a good job, or he has a good job. Everything is on a material plane. If all of those things are matching, then they discuss 24 hours. Even though that is temporary, still a relationship is there. Dear devotees, the relationship with the spiritual master and the acharyas and the Lord is eternal relationship. When we understand that this is on an eternal plane, that means this is there forever. That means what kind of relationship we should develop with that source. Because this is not diminished, or this is not removed, or this doesn't fade away. Just understand, if this is there forever, that with what attitude we should take this. This is a question we need to ask. A girlfriend, boyfriend, they have some relationship, but they're telling एक दूसरे के लिए हम साथ साथ है, we're always together, we're always with you. They don't see their father, they don't see their mother, they don't see anyone. They don't see their brother. They do every chupa chupi. Hiding, and they do everything. Are if that is possible in this world, then how about this is not possible? This is also possible. When that Sanatan Goswami, what he said to that person, "Hey, chhod do yaar, give up this thing. Give up this falsification. This is falsification of this world." The moment he gave up that, then he understood the truth. Then he was able to fix up his consciousness. Then he was able to chant Hare Krishna. Then he realized that this chanting of Hare Krishna is itself the touchstone. Are yaar, I don't need a separate touchstone. He got that realization by the blessing of his spiritual master Sanatana Goswami. This is how the relationship is established. I remember in our community, there's so many devotees, they're in the plane of surrender. Then they're doing pure devotion, which begins after surrender. Because they simply want to please the spiritual master. They simply want to please Srila Prabhupada. They don't see any quarrel among themselves. They don't see, oh, this person is not doing this person. They don't have complaints also in their life. They simply practice Krishna consciousness. And this is fire. Powerful. For example, the devotees, when there is fire, the entire forest is burned off. This forest fire, or dry leaves, wet leaves, everything is vanished. No one can stop that. So this pure devotion is like that. Is a fire. Comes through purity. Purity is what? Purity means fire. Everything will be burnt off. And that purity is Srila Prabhupada and his pure followers. They are that. If we just stay in that, if we just try to concentrate, try to, you know, even though we have an artha, if we just stick on to that, and then aspire for that pure state of consciousness through that relationship, then what happens? Then the epitome, then the touchstone will be gifted to you. Just like Draupadi Amma was given that Akshaya Patra, the Lord is ready to give that Akshaya Patra to everyone who comes to that plane. Because dear devotees, unless and until sadhaka comes to that plane, why will the sadhaka turn towards the Lord? Please understand. It's a very practical thing. For example, if we have so many things of this world, do we ever turn towards the Lord? No, we don't turn towards the Lord because we have so many other things. Because I always ask this question, if Krishna comes now, today, Krishna says, chalo, 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 Amma Sushilpa, Subal Gopal Prabhu, let's go. I'll take you to the spiritual world. Baldev Saha Prabhu, you should also come. I'll take you to the spiritual world. What do we say? My dear Krishna, this is great. Give me 10 minutes. Let me just wind a few things and then come. Then Krishna says that not a half second I will give. Then Krishna, I will try to figure out again. I will come back again. Hold on. To take care of so many things. क्या अभी अभी निकल रहे? यू आर सेलिंग इट नाउ ओनली. हाउ कैन आई कम नाउ ओनली? आई कांट कम नाउ. गिव मी 10 minutes. तो they'll wind up everything. I'll tell कौन सा की कहाँ पे है. I'll tell everything, all the passwords, all this, that, so many other things. It's an interesting thing. A god sister was telling when at that time she was still not connected to us, and she told she had she did this is during the time of COVID, I think 2020, and she was having the symptoms of COVID, and it was not even confirmed that she had COVID. She just had symptoms. There's no confirmation also during what. It's just like symptoms. And then you know what she did? She started writing an email to her husband. He told me. He started writing the email. You know what? This is what you have here. This is what you have here. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. Because if I die, because I'm in this room, cannot come out, I'm kind of quarantined. She wrote a big email to him, stating that, take care of the children. I'll be going now. Because I have COVID. Then later on, the result came. It's not, she didn't have COVID. There's no COVID. But see, the consciousness internally, it's a fearful state. Please understand the real devotees. If it is really COVID, forget about it. If you're not fully Krishna conscious, if you're not fully into it, there's so many other things in this world which will try to put us away. Vyavasayatmika buddhireke ekam bahushaka anantasya buddhya vyayasayana bahushaka. When does bahushaka comes? When there is no relationship. That is what Srila Prabhupada wanted to explain us. Because relationship is a key to everything. Just like Arjuna developed that relationship with the Lord. Likewise, every jiva in this world has that opportunity to develop that relationship through the spiritual master, through our Acharya, to Krishna. A very practical example, we offer our bhoga. Today I got an opportunity to do Tulsi Aarti in the morning. While we are doing Tulsi Aarti, I don't directly show to Srila Prabhupada. Before, see, we show to Srila Prabhupada and then show to Tulsi Maharani, right? I was in the heart, meditating my Shiksha Guru, meditating my Diksha Guru, showing it to them, and then to Srila Prabhupada, and then to Tulsi Maharani, and then again to Srila Prabhupada, and then to the Diksha Guru, and then to the Shiksha Guru. It's a very loving process. It's a very, where we are able to connect to them, where we are able to remember them, where we are to relish their presence at that moment. No, no Diksha Guru is somewhere else, somewhere there physically, but no, it's not too far. It's in the proximity. Shiksha Guru might be there in the next town, but when we meditate, he is there. What is this? This is a relationship. One should actually feel their presence. The feeling of their presence is itself is the greatest happiness. Mahamanusmara Yudhyacha. Vyavasayatmika buddhi eke. Krishna is telling Arjuna, oh Arjuna, meditate on me and then fight. Now why Arjuna has to do meditation? Because he has a relationship with the Lord. That's why he meditates. For example, if we have a relationship with a person, when we think about them, we feel joy. Don't we feel joyful? Oh, we will feel so much joyful in our heart and heart. Nobody will stop that joy. That is why when this joy is there, sense gratification living is very easy. I'm not just, dear devotees, I'm not just telling that we shouldn't give up, we should give up the sense gratification, but I'm also telling how to give up the sense gratification. Please try to understand. I'm not just telling, oh, just sense gratification is Maya. No, no, no. I'm also telling how to come out of it. When we have them in our heart, then we will leave this. This is called as higher taste. Vishaya vinivartante nirahaya Rasavarjam rasopyasya param dushya nivartate. Who will get that Vishaya vinivartante? who has developed that relationship. That is what Prabhupada is mentioning. Every sadhaka, every person on this call, not just on this call, every person in this creation has a relationship. Might be a passive relation, might be an active relation, but the relationship is there. Only thing is we have forgotten that. Now we are discussing that process to reinstate that relationship, to re-establish that through the lines of our acharyas. Now when we always remember them, when we always discuss about them, do we ever forget them? We don't forget them. Don't we want to aspire to that consciousness? We want to aspire to that consciousness, just like that Baba, that Babaji came to Sanatan Goswami. He was a materialistic person, he was a thief. But his heart got transformed. Valmiki, Valmiki heart got transformed through the association of Nardamuni. He was unable to chant Rama. That person who was unable to chant the name of Rama, that person he wrote. Man. How? By the association of a pure devotee. Relationship. Started telling Mara, 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 Mara. He's no, you tell Mara. Mara is a tree. You tell Mara. Started telling Mara, 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 Mara. That Mara is transformed into Rama, 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 Rama. It came like that. Then he was so joyful because he just wanted to please that person who gave him. This is the quality, this is submissiveness, dear devotees. If a person really develops that submissiveness towards our superiors, oh, you'll do great. This material nature will not touch you. You'll come to the plate of, you'll come to the state of purity. Pure consciousness will come. Why? Because that is a gift. Because you are extending, na? Where Brahmaji is telling, right? Oh, my dear Lord, oh, you gave me only little trouble. You should give me more trouble. Why is this person asking for more trouble? Relationship. Because I deserve this. Relationship. Sambandha Gyan. Sambandha Gyan is very important. Sambandha Gyan, who is a deity, worshipable deity? Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji. Sambandha Gyan. Now he gives that Sambandha. When he will give that Sambandha? Yasya prasadat Bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadan nagadi gutopi. So please the spiritual master. To please the pure devotee. Then Krishna is pleased. Then that Madan Mohan Ji, he will give that Sambandha. Just like Arjuna received that Sambandha through the Lord, through his submission. Very submission. Even though Arjuna's heart was so profusely lamenting, he kept his Gandiva down, profusely lamenting. But he turned. He submitted himself. He was so submissive. Duryodhana was not submissive. Even though Duryodhana knows that Krishna is Supreme Personality of God, because he has so many attachments in this world. And he didn't have that kind of association also. Even though he doesn't want to aspire, he doesn't want to take the association. Hare Krishna personally went to him, but still he doesn't want to, because his desires are more. Just like I told now, if Krishna comes to us and then he tells, Abhi Niklo, idhar se, then we will ask for 10 minutes. Because in the 10 minutes we want to tell everything. Because we think that, oh, this is, because I have to give this. Just like the Guru Parampara, they give the truth. No, we think that we have to give this to our family. We should tell everything. अभी सब नोट लिखना है. Krishna Krishna. That's why Krishna doesn't come, because our desires are something else other than him. Because this attitude we need to understand. So to the question of Dara Mataji, tell that and conclude. The question is, if the jiva doesn't aspire for that desire, the jiva doesn't have that desire to practice Krishna consciousness, where Krishna is actually giving so many things, but the jiva doesn't aspire that. How is that happening? Why is the jiva? Will the jiva ever come out of this flux? Is it always through his karmic reactions? Dear devotees, I'll tell something which is very interesting. You know, if you come to a if you come to pure association, where through that association we're discussing the words of the spiritual master, the words of the acharyas, and the person is also following, not just speaking, but the person is also following. Through that pure association, what happens? If we simply develop a relationship, there's no karma. Please understand. There's no karma. Because what are we doing? We're just doing what he says. And then they are on the selfless plane. They don't want anything from us. All they want is we become Krishna conscious. So when we begin doing what they say, all karmic reactions are gone. Then you come to the Namabha state. Then you chant Hare Krishna. वो काम करेगा आपके ऊपर. The chanting of Hare Krishna आपके ऊपर काम करेगा. Then you will relish. Then you will feel satisfied in your heart. Why? Because we developed a relationship. That is what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here. But when we do not develop a relationship, we are just passively we are hearing. We are not developing a relationship. Then it will take a lot of time. Because we are still trying to figure out kidar, where. Not just that, you might also have some attachments of this world. Passive thing will not help. We should be very active. Active relationship should be established. Very important. Even though the jiva doesn't have a desire, but if he has a relationship, one day he will develop that desire to become Krishna conscious. Because he's connected to what? He's connected to that fire. So our acharyas are like that. Our spiritual masters are like that. They're connected to that. The moment you are connected to them, everything will be dissipated from the heart. But that connection has to be established. If that connection is not established, then the desires will not change. I will tell you again. Nobody will remove the desires from our heart. Please understand. Krishna will give the association, but Krishna will not force us. Please understand. The spiritual master will force us, but Krishna will not force. Actually, Krishna tells in Gita, whoever is aspiring, whoever comes to the surrender level only, preach to them only. Leave the others. But Srila Prabhupada says in that purport, no, we should catch the others also. No, Krishna will tell like that only, but we should catch others also so that they can come to that plane. Because these acharyas, these important personalities, they know what is the importance of that pure consciousness, what is the importance of that surrender, what is the importance of submitting oneself to the instructions of the spiritual master. Because they know, because there is so much happiness in that. That is why they continuously, you see, Prabhupada continuously repeats this. Develop relationship, submit to the spiritual master. Why? This is the reason. Because this is the most important thing. If that is not established, whatever we do, it will become karma kanda. It will not come to the pure state. That is why this relationship, I'm stressing this more and more because it is very important, dear devotees. But Arjuna got that realization because through the relationship only, one will get that Swarupa. One will know who he is in the spiritual world. This will come later. This will come after surrender. Not because of Swarup. You have a form in the spiritual world. You'll realize that. In this world only, you'll realize that. Before going back to the spiritual world, you'll realize that. That how deep the relationship is. That means how much deep we should take this process. Dear devotee, you are something which we have to realize that something realization comes through the process of Krishna consciousness. Whatever we are in the spiritual life, you all have a relationship with the Lord. The Lord is waiting when all these devotees will come to me. Hare Krishna. Very important. And stop here, have a hard stop at whatever time you have. 6 p.m. India, hard stop there. So, anyone would like to add anything? Please forgive me if I caused an inconvenience to my words today. Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to add anything? Like to share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Dharamati, yes. Did that address your question?
Yes, I was just saying, Dandvat Pranam, Prabhuji. Yeah, it answered the question. Thank you. Um, so it's as if you were also giving the answer from the entire class today by developing the relationship with our Acharya, with our spiritual master, with Krishna even. Um, then we have that association with devotees and with our acharya, and we develop that relationship. When that relationship is developed, you're saying then there's no karma. um
Because we simply work for them. The moment
okay.
we begin working for them, then there is no reaction because we are not doing any other action other than the action which they told us.
Oh, okay.
That's how deep the relationship goes. Just like a wife who is very devoted to the husband. The wife just does whatever the husband is telling. We don't see that nowadays, but in the olden days they used to be like that. Nowadays things are not like that. So I'm just giving an example which is there 100 years back. Can't I'm not telling now today. Today nobody's like that. So whoever is devoted to their husband, whatever the husband says, they used to just do. So likewise, whatever the spiritual master says, if we come to that state of doing, then no karma in your life. I'll write it down. No karma. All karmic reactions are burnt off. But
And
when we
per-
don't, but when we
Hare
don't do
Krishna
it,
Prabhu.
are rebellious against that, then there is a problem. Yes, Dharamati.
and our that also dissolves our past
Yes,
uh,
yes. Submission has so much power. It removes everything. And then they say you chant Hare Krishna. Because they are chanting Hare Krishna because they told me to chant Hare Krishna. That is also very powerful. We shouldn't think that, oh, our chanting is clearing of the karmas. No, they told me. A spiritual master told me. For his happiness, I'm doing it. Then it will be burnt off. Because that is what? That is on the pure plane. That is a relationship. That is what Prabhupada is mentioning here. Jadabharat also mentioned the same thing to Rahagan Maharaj. Bhagavatam, fifth canto, explains the details more on it. I will discuss more about that. But that is the gist. Because working for the pleasure of the spiritual master and the Krishna is a epitome. Is a epitome in one's life. He is the most fortunate person in this world. Now that state of consciousness is something powerful. It will burn off everything. But one should come to that state. Hare Krishna. Yes,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
yes, now Chanika, I can take the question, but I have to wind up this call. Please tell.
Yeah, just not a question Prabhuji yesterday, and
Yes.
I'm thinking about Krishna. Usually, as you humans, we do feel like when we got some struggles or when we face something, we don't follow the dharma and we don't obey the dharmic rules. But when I'm thinking about Krishna, he was born at a jail and he was born at different situations, and he don't know he was like grown up at different parents. the birth parents are biological parents are different, and the grown him were parent different, and he has an uncle like who is looking to kill him whenever he was born. He came from such kind of terrible situations, and even though if he faced a lot of everyone says that Krishna make happy, and Krishna was childhood was happy, but it is not happy. He 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 burned for the reason, and he faced a lot of difficult situations in his life. Even though if he faced those things, he never left the dharma, and he obeyed the dharma, and he teached the dharma to the all the world. Such a great thing. Nowadays, when we are facing some few difficulties, we are living that dharma, and we are living that consciousness, and we are throwing the stones on the other people, are due to these actions. uh, just I would like to share this with devotees when I'm thinking about Krishna, how great he is.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Anshura Shru. Please take over the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the class today, for telling us to focus on devotional service, Krishna consciousness, um, with the verse Vyavasatmika Buddhi Ekeha Kurunandana, and to stop this multi-focus that we have and improve our surrender, and then we can chant Shuddhanam. So thank you.